Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Tkgoated here, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're about to react to Netflix doesn't know how to end shows. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. This is 100% true. Here's how I know this is true. The perfect example for this would be something like Stranger Things. See, for me, I didn't watch Stranger Things personally. Personally, I didn't watch Stranger Things, but I will tell you this. From what I've heard, from what people are saying, I know that there's some people that I know personally that like the show before the final season. Okay. They really love the show. They was trying to put me on. I tried watching it. I couldn't really watch it. So I was like, yeah, I don't know. I watched like 2, 3 episodes. I was like, I can't really get into it. So I didn't watch it. But after the last episode, they was like, I wish I never watched this. There's some people that I know specifically that are like, yeah, I don't think it was worth watching this. For you to make your fan base say that, bro, come on, man. And I'm hearing a lot of stuff about this on TikTok and stuff too. When the final episode first came out, people was like, yo, I can't watch this show anymore, bro. Like people were saying that like the ending should have been completely different. Like how was season one, season two better than the final season? It's stuff like that, man. It's like, oh wow, give me SEO vibes, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. I don't know how true it is, but like a lot of people were saying that the last season was bad. I ain't trying to waste too much of your time. I'm finna go ahead and try to straight to this video, man.
Let's say
What's
you're
going
getting
on?
ready to watch your favorite TV show's final season. You got your snacks and food prep, you've made sure to have the next 6 hours free with no distractions, and on top of that, you got the whole goddamn house free. So the saying is perfect. Like you'll never get another opportunity like this again. Now fast forward to you actually watching the show now, and as you've just witnessed the final scenes of the ending, witnessing the epilogue of the main cast, their finished storylines and resolutions, the final battle between the heroes and the villains that have been gassed up since the beginning, and just the entire story leading to a beautiful close, you start to realize that you just wasted your time because that shit was ass. I don't know what the hell is
Bro,
wrong with shows nowadays, but for some reason, now they can't end anything properly. It's all been trash. It's like if the show carries on longer than 3
man.
seasons, is that it's destined to have a slump in quality later. It's disgusting. Netflix are
Yeah,
some of
I
the
ain't gonna
biggest
lie. I ain't gonna lie. TV shows, not just Netflix specifically, but TV shows recently that's been coming out, man, they haven't been having good endings. See, I don't really watch TV shows as much, honestly, because I really focus on like watching anime and stuff. So I really focus on that. And even then, I haven't been watching anime as much recently. Still, I'm gonna go ahead and get back into it. I'm in the middle of watching Blue Exorcist right now. But what I'm trying to say is that TV shows don't be having good endings like at all, especially recently. Just there has been good TV shows that have been coming up, but like some like it could be good TV shows, but the ending makes the TV show rating go from like an 8 or a 9 to like a 6. I'm telling you, bro.
perpetrates behind this shit too. They hard mainstream these type of nefarious antics. Every time it came down to some of their best work of their shows, the directors are always out here just trying to rush the endings and make it a complete pile of dog shit. Cause they clearly just want to get their back and dip. They don't care. It's like the effort they were putting at first to get people to even watch their show and popularize it just leaves. Cause I know they were just money hungry, man. I hate you guys. But TV shows to me are a great comfort of mine. I mean, like any other human, I love sitting my fat ass down and binging shows. It's amazing. It's one of humanity's greatest pastimes. But lately,
Sorry, yeah. But yeah, last time I paused for a while, man. I'm trying to like space out the pauses. My bad. You guys have to realize that the cash grab, you will get more money if you put more effort into a show or a movie than if you were just seeing it as a cash grab, bro. I understand that you see that the potential money that you could make off of making a sequel or like making like a part two, part three, or whatever part you're in, but it's not gonna hit the same for most people. It's not gonna be good. An example of this would be like Scream 8. Wait, what was it, Scream 8? I don't know. But there's so many fucking Screams, nigga. I don't know. But the most recent Scream that just recently came out not too long ago, it was bad. It was bad. At least from what I heard. I haven't seen it. But they said it was very bad, bro. It's like if you put thought and effort into this show, maybe. Like there should always be a balance between creativity and the money making. It should always be split in between. We should never be too far into money making, and we should never be too far into creative. Well, not you can't be like too creative, but at the same time, like you don't want to put too much time and effort into trying to do something that you can't physically do. So yeah, that's the reason why you have to put into the budget. So yeah, so the money has to be part of it, and the creativity has to be part. it has to be intertwined. It has to be like a perfect mix. That's how we get TV shows and movies like Spider-Man, Iron Man, examples like that, man. And then we get the games based off those. You know, the thing is when you put too much thought into the making and stuff like that, you get games like Call of Duty. You get games like 2K. It's the same fucking game every year. It's the same game every year. To me personally, I don't think Call of Duty is making it past 2045. Honest. Those games are just copied and paste. I don't even have 2K or Madden or Call of Duty. I don't have the new stuff because it's like, why would I get it? If I could just get a different game that's for like 100% better, I know I'm finna spend my time on. Like, I'm not finna spend all my time on a game full of cheaters, zinners, stuff like that, bro. I'm not finna play no game full of this trash niggas that don't even really want to play the game, pay to win, all this extra shit, microtransactions. It's like, you really want the money, but if you put creativity to the game, I don't know if you're gonna get too deep into it, but the games are the perfect example too, man. The people why people play Call of Duty is because, let's be honest, when you first came out, you didn't have anybody around your game. You didn't even have the budget to really go into it, so you have to be mad creative. And that creativeness led to you getting money. And then you came out with games like Call of Duty Black Ops, Ghosts, other games and stuff like that, man. You came out with those games, and those games were heat, bro. Those games were fire, bro. Same thing with Nintendo. You had Pokemon Red. You had Smash Bros, man. Like, you had those type of legendary games, but now you're just making sequels and recreations of the games because you have no creativeness. The only thing that you have is to make a remake of the thing that you know is going to work. Why do not why do people not try to be creative anymore when trying to make TV shows and movies and stuff? I just don't understand why. And like, you can't make a comedy movie anymore because you gonna get canceled if you say the wrong thing. The culture itself makes it to where it's hard to make anything new. It's a lot of things to consider. Yeah, this is a rant right
Endings
there.
of most
Yeah.
shows nowadays are just abysmal, bro. You can tell they put in way less effort for this than they did in their earlier work. It's not that hard to see. That's how trash the endings are. And simply today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna hate and bring up the worst TV show endings and seasons I've ever seen in my life. Because I swear to God, if I don't crash right now, I'm gonna smash the whole thing now. They're gonna be raging. And we're starting off strong with Stranger Things Season 5. Absolute donkey doo-doo. How could you like the ending of this show? It makes no sense. And look,
See,
before
exactly.
I even argue on why it's even bad, let me just say my two piece on some good things about it that I liked in the show. Like Will having the same powers as Vecna. That shit was sick as hell. I ain't gonna lie, I was hella gassed. When my boys started grabbing up Demogorgons and start finessing them, it was crazy. And that's all the good things I have to say about it, because the rest of it is terrible. First off, the majority of the season doesn't even matter in the first place. Why was it even 8 episodes for? You might as well have made the entire thing a movie, because half of the whole season was pretty much them just explaining shit and going over the plans 24/7. Not that I'm against them explaining for the plot, we need it, but it's the way certain scenes were setting up future events that never happened that really should have happened. For example, the writers of this season are the biggest pussies I've ever seen in my life. They were so scared to kill anyone that there were no real stakes in the show whatsoever. I love Steve. I think he's
Bro. I didn't even watch Stranger Things, and I thought that they should at least kill at least one person. Well, did they kill somebody? I don't know. Did they? But they should at least kill a few people. A few people should have died. Fan favorites should have died. It would have made the show that much like better. It's hard to say, but it would have made the show better. They was playing it safe. That's
one
literally
of the best in the
what they're
cast,
trying to
but
do.
he should have died, man. Let's cut the shit. The second him and Dustin became cool again, I knew at that time he definitely was gonna die at some point in the future. Like, there's no way these two had that deep of a conversation with one another. Even saying the phrase, if you die, I die, just for the finale to come along like 2 weeks later, and we get the biggest pump fake I've ever seen in my life.
There was
Steve
theories
was
saying
about
that,
to fall.
that
He's
he was about to
dangling
die
off the
too.
tower.
I seen a
Then
theory
he
about
lost
it.
his
I never
grip,
watched
and
it. I
as
was like,
soon
oh,
as the
okay.
screen literally cut to black, Jonathan just saved the guy. You can't make this up, bro. It's not real. Why would you do this for? Granted, it would have been a terrible way to go, but still, you can't build up conversations where the man's death could have been a big possibility just to put him in a near-death experience and not commit to it. That's weak. And this didn't happen just once, it happened twice. I don't care what you bums have to say, 11 should be dead. What kind of weak shit is making her death up for speculation? That's Mayo, man. The whole point of her having conversations with Carly, talking about their powers being too dangerous, and if they do come back from the upside down, the whole cycle of cloning and creating more super able kids would keep going. So they once again pretty much set up 11 to have a death that made sense. It once again looked like the writers were committed to following through with that, with Carly even supposedly getting murked in the process. But nah, when the finale rolled over, you and Mike to tell everyone some bullshit, saying 11 somehow made her way to fucking Finland. You can't make this up, I promise you. What was the point of putting up huge stakes building up to the finale? Vecna about to end the world and everything was about to be done out. Then when the finale happens, you made everything look so easy for them. Am I missing something? Am I crazy, man? Were you lot in that hyperbolic time chamber or something? Did you learn Super Saiyan in under a year?
Yeah, some people should definitely die.
There's no way. The Mind Flayer, the biggest threat in the verse. The shit that
made it more
nightmares.
impactful.
This shit. The shit that finessed Billy and everyone else, and at the time it was only made from rats. The being that gave Vecna his powers died in 6 minutes. Died to teenagers and kids.
6 minutes? No. So the episodes are like 40 minutes long. For this dude to die in 6 minutes, it should at least last 3-4 episodes.
Throwing explosives and shooting guns. Vecna died to getting pushed into a spike. And this is the same guy a season ago who destroyed the whole bomber club of Hawkins, who was twisting people like a Rubik's Cube. The same man. And you mean to tell me he died by getting pushed?
My bad, yo.
Who made this burger, man? This can't be real. You have to be joking. How could you build up a villain over 10 years just for him to die in 6 minutes?
That's great. Yo, I was just about to mention that. This show is like a decade old. Didn't this come out in like 2016? Bro, this show is almost about like a decade old, bro. There's no way. We waited. I didn't wait, but you guys waited 10 years to watch the main villain die in 6 seconds. Not 6 seconds, 6 minutes. Come on, man.
The video clip of the final battle on YouTube isn't even long enough to get monetized. That's how short the fight is. Who wrote this, man? Albert Wesker on some 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare to play with you. Like, no! Fam, from the moment I saw this shit, I was like, this guy's a bitch. You should have seen the way the whole community jumped onto Vecna and started calling him a fraud. I mean, I've seen people actually put Vecna and Pennywise in the same conversation. And take it from me, I always knew Pennywise would come out on top. It took guys watching Welcome to Derry to realize plot armor will not save them. I've been saying that. Pennywise is a crazy villain from Jump. Stop lying to yourselves. You would never beat him. But what type of horror was this final season? I mean, the ending to Stranger Things was so...
Hey, man. Hold on.
Plot armor will not save them. What'd you say? I've been saying that. Pennywise is a crazy villain from Jump. Stop lying to yourselves. You would never beat him. But
hey, man. Hey, Pennywise, I could probably take. But Welcome to Derry, Pennywise. He a different breed, bro. He a different breed. I wouldn't want to fuck with that nigga. But Pennywise, I have a better chance at least. Hey, I think I probably, I don't know, I have a chance. But Welcome to Derry, I probably know. Pennywise,
what type of horror was this final season? I mean, the ending to Stranger Things was so bad, niggas started creating Conformity Gate, a theory where people thought the events of the finale never happened, and were so delusional by this that they literally took any evidence they could find to even say that this ending wasn't the true ending. And the amount of research people were put in to think that we were getting...
They for real did this? That's how you know the show is bad. They couldn't believe that they wasted 10 years of their life watching this bullshit, that they coming up with their own endings. Like, oh no, this shit's fake. No, this ain't the real ending, bro. They still got another episode to come out with. No, nigga, the fucking show's ended, nigga. You wasted 10 years of your life watching this shit.
Another episode was mental. People were so delusional about this. That's how objectively bad the ending is. Guys were digging into theories, like trying to figure out how curse techniques work in JJK.
Hey, I can't even see your life, do you? I would have bought into the theories and stuff too, honestly. If I wasted 10 years of my life, which I would have probably been like 8 or 9 when this show came out, if I would have wasted 10 years of my life, all of my school years, from middle school to the end of school year, end of school, bro. Like I'm done. I already graduated and stuff, man. So from middle school to being graduated, just for this bullshit, just for you guys 10 years later, kill this dude in 6 minutes and bullshit the whole last season. Bro, I'd have bought it to the 32 because I was like, no way. I just wasted so much time with this, bro. Honestly, if I would have watched Stranger Things, I would have seen that. I would have unsubscribed for Netflix that day, and I would have never touched Netflix again. Honestly.
Yeah, it's so complicated, bro. It had
Honestly.
certain man going, one more game, 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 one more game. It's crazy. And how do you man feel now? Because it never happened. You must feel like egg. I never believed that shit though. I knew it was fake. I knew it! You couldn't fool me, man. But the fact that people thought that wasn't the real ending should just let you know how bad it was. I mean, I didn't even cover stuff like Nancy somehow having the skills to outgun the trained military, Papa once again pump faking his death for like the millionth time, or even Max somehow gaining back her eyesight after getting bombed in season 4. Oh my days, man, just give it a rest. The show ended horribly. I got nothing else to say. It's ass. Next up on my list, You season 5. And before I go on to sharing why this final season is garbage, I'm gonna let you
Okay, I haven't seen this, so
I don't hate the ending.
I can't really have too much of an opinion on
because
this.
of what happened to Joe. He deserved to be in prison after all of that. It was a perfect ending for him. If he died at the end, that would have been way too easy. And if he just escaped, that would have been some bullshit. Because at the end of the day, even though most of us may like him as a character, he's technically the antagonist in a way because he's literally a murderer. He kills people. So the man rightfully got what he deserved. But the reason why season 5 is definitely the weakest out of all of them is because anyone else should have put him in jail. Bronte is so trash. She sucks. The minute I saw this woman get introduced for the first time in the show, and I was like, whose mans is this? Go home! Why make Bronte the sole individual who gets Joe in jail? What has she suffered from the guy specifically that made them think she'd be perfect for it? She has no history with the guy. She literally only had one scene with Beck as a flashback. And besides that, she couldn't possibly know who Joe is. What the hell are we talking about here? I wouldn't complain if it was anyone else in Joe's past who's trying to take him down. Because at least they would have a connection and some history with him. Since they most likely would have been a victim by him. Like Kate and Nadia. Even Marianne, who came back in season 5 after we thought she died in season 4. But Bronte literally doesn't even know who my man is like that. And on top of that, why did it take her so long to already get Joe taken out? Because if she was suspicious of the guy from the get-go, then why take flipping years just to finally get the guy thrown in prison? She could have done this from the moment he killed one of her homies and got arrested. But she protected him and told the feds it was self-defense. How does that make any sense? This is some bullshit, bro. You seriously can't tell me Joe's game is that good that someone can forget he's a murderer.
I'm just going based off the facts. That doesn't make sense, man. How are you gonna protect the dude and then go against the dude? Like, was there a reason why she went against him? I'm like, you guys gotta tell me. I don't know anything about this show, man.
Bro, especially when it was done right in front of you. It's stupid.
This is my first time hearing about it.
Isn't as strong as the other 4 seasons, solely because it's the same rinse and repeat stupid shit from season 1. It makes him look stupid cause once again Joe's lost, going thinking like one idiot. It gets him in trouble. And bear in mind, at the start of the season, he had the perfect life. Kate bailed him out of his crazy shenanigans in London. He's married to her and she's a very successful businesswoman, and he was getting famous just by being with her. He got his son back and he was raising him with her, and everything was just patterned for Joe. His life couldn't be any better by this point. The guy was rich as hell. But apparently this guy's an idiot, because even with this huge second chance he got, he still has an insatiable psychopath mindset to still kill people. Give it a rest, man. And throughout this season, he tries to justify his killings by saying it's for his people, or that he's doing it for his family. With the first one he does being killing Kate's uncle, since he would have baited out something about Kate that could have cost her her career. And also, Kate asked him to do it, so it's not like he did it for no reason. And also, quick side note, season 5 left me feeling weird about Kate. Like, so she may have had a whole redemption arc in actually accepting that she's really just a bad person, tried to fix some of her own mistakes she made, and on top of that, she held Joe accountable. But that doesn't change the fact that in the flipping ending, she gets away scot-free. How? And you want to know some crimes Kate's done?
Wait, so the main technically antagonist got caught, but the person who helped them the most didn't? Okay.
I don't know. How about she gave a bunch of kids cancer and she practically helped
What?
Joe
Wait, whoa, what the?
Get him out of jail and helped cover up a bunch of his murders. At the very least, she's an accomplice. Overall though, she did become better and a more likable character in the final season, but that doesn't take away from anything she's done prior, especially with how insane
I don't know
what she
anything
did
about
was.
this show,
You
so
can't brush past it. She was low-key evil. I'm saying at least like 15 years in prison for that. No jail time for all of that is crazy. And somehow, some way, Kate and Bronte have the same flipping physical attributes as Michael fucking Myers. Because how do these two survive getting shot in the stomach, with Kate surviving a whole goddamn building burning down, and Bronte getting drowned by Joe just to somehow chase up on him with a gun? It's beyond me. What the hell is this? Are you lot superhuman or something? Did you man take the serum? You're just a human. You lot should not be surviving this shit.
I'm
and
only
like I said
human.
earlier, the ending to You isn't bad.
Yo, that's
Joe being
tough.
in prison is the right ending I think most of us expected anyway. But it's more so the fact that the build up to this event was weak. Like, Joe just looked like a complete idiot throughout the entirety of the 5th season. You couldn't actually tell me that he had any smart plays like he has in the past before. You'd be lying. He literally threw his whole life away for Bronte. He was definitely a millionaire and threw it all away for Bronte, who has no significance besides going to the same university as Beck in one flashback and her meeting a bunch of strangers online who wanted to get at Joe. Shit, man. The guy Joe killed here had more of a reason to go after him. He was the son of the therapist he set up in the 1st season. He has more of a motive. I will admit though, I did really like the final episode of the season, in where instead of seeing it from Joe's perspective, you would look at it from Bronte's. And that shit was terrifying, man. Look at the way Joe starts running toward the crib like a madman. He's a psycho. And think about it. This is how it actually always looked near enough any of his victims. And I thought this was an amazing way to portray that, to make the viewers see it like this. It was a good touch here. But that don't change the fact that the season was still ass. You get no sympathy from me. It's horror. Now, the final show I wanted to bring up today is one of the most heartbreaking ones for me to speak about. This show was one of the greatest of its kind. Nothing, and I mean nothing, was ever as influential to a teenager as this genuine, beautiful, peak fiction show. And that last season would make a devil cry, bro. See what I did there? You know, devil may cry, devil cry, yeah. Okay, I'll shut the fuck up now. The last show I want to speak about is On My Block. One of the...
All right, man. It's been some years. All right, it's been since the first year it came out, since I've seen the show. Yeah, I haven't watched PS season 1. I don't even think I finished season 1, honestly. I remember some things from the show. But I don't even remember the characters' names because it's been so long since I even seen this shit. Yeah. People were saying that the show was good, man. I want to say it's the same thing as Stranger Things. It was really more of, I just stopped watching TV shows around this time. Honestly, I just stopped watching shows and stuff. I started focusing a little bit more on watching anime because I was already getting kind of behind. I was already getting kind of behind on like anime shows and stuff. So I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and watch these. I honestly, and after I got done watching them, I'll be completely honest, I forgot about On My Block. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. So I missed the chance to like watch it, through. But I'm like, hey, I guess it was worth it. And people were saying that the last season on My Block is bad too. So I'm like, shit, I dodged the bullet.
Greatest Netflix originals of all time.
Because I was actually
Anyone
interested
and
On My
will
Block
tell you that there is nothing as
lie.
great as the first 3 seasons of On My Block. It had everything: comedy, personality, high stakes, mystery, romance.
Yeah, I was
trauma,
like, I
money.
don't know if I
It was
finished the first
jam-packed
season,
of
but the first season was pretty good. I was like, yeah. I was like, I remember just watching it. I was like, I'm getting kind of behind on these anime shows and stuff. And I really wanted to keep up with the stuff before people started spoiling and stuff. So I was like, man. So I just went over and started watching anime again. And
every single category
got
you could
lost.
want in a show. It was
Got lost in it,
amazing.
man.
And naturally, I thought before the 4th and final season
I forgot
even
every
came out,
character's
that it would
name.
have just been as good, if not better, than the last 3. That's how hype On My Block was. I thought it was gonna be sick. However, the 4th season is so bad. It actually hurts me, man. How did Caesar just randomly end up becoming head of the Santos? That made 0 sense, especially with the whole plot of the show in the early seasons was to help Caesar get out of the gang life to begin with. What do you mean he just jumps straight back into it and becomes the leader? They never even explained that shit as well. It just happened. It was so dumb. I wouldn't have even minded it happening if they gave
That's
any
kind of
context
like
to
when
it, or even just dedicate
animes
a
and
couple of
stuff, they be
episodes
like,
as to
that's kind of like the animes. They're at the anime adaptation when they skip a whole arc, like Promise Neverland. I'm not even gonna
why
speak
Caesar
on
had
it.
to move up and take over for Oscar, but they
That's-
never
that's-
did it.
that's
So it
another
was
day.
just some random shit they put in place and mad confusion from the start. The whole point of the early seasons was to get Caesar out. Everybody made it their goal for it to happen. And then the whole point of him becoming the leader of the Santos later on, it just contradicts all of Caesar's character development and is unexplained. Trash. The guy would never do this. His voice as well in the latest season, it pisses me off, man. I can tell he's forcing it. He goes from speaking like a normal ass teenager to having some dumb forced adult voice. Caesar, you don't sound like this, bro. This ain't you. You still a civilian at heart. But by far, the worst thing about season 4 is Spooky. The greatest character in this show died.
He died.
And for
Yep.
what? His death
already know
was
it.
the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen in my life. It was so unnecessary. This guy left the Santos, was about to have a whole chef career in some random ass town called Bakersfield.
Dang,
He
so
had
he's
a
about to
pregnant
change his
wife,
whole life
was about to have
around.
a whole kid and everything. Then when Caesar decided to actually go with them, like 2 seconds later, he dies. Why?
That's
You don't
crazy.
even
He
know
was
who
about to change
killed
his
him.
whole
What
life
was the point of
around.
him dying? Someone explain that shit to me. This pissed me
Bruh,
off, man. I can't lie.
that's
I was
crazy.
raging. Spooky was the GOAT. Who killed this guy, man? We'll never know as well. It's just a giant plot hole. Was it these little ass niggas? 19th Street? I swear I hate these guys, bro. They're so ugly. And they didn't even pay my boy Oscar the respect he deserved. He didn't even get a funeral. Or he wasn't even mourned for that long
That's
by the cast. All
crazy.
these man did was spread his ashes on a beach while Monse's mom got a whole big funeral and Olivia was getting mentioned for like 3 seasons. And he only gave Spooky 1 episode. Are we serious right now? They rushed
That's
the whole
crazy.
thing. The entire last season was made on speed dial. They just wanted it to be over and done with real quick. You see the way they introduced Lil Ricky in here? Mental. This guy started the Santos. All the bullshit that goes on in Free Ridge, the roller world money, everything is connected to this man. Like Jamal has been looking for this guy non-stop since the first season. And the way they meet him in the last season is so whack. The fact that they chose to make Lil Ricky this boring ass mechanic and the interaction they have with him is so plain and boring. You gassed him up all this time for what? You had people like Cuchillos who moved crazy over him. Guys talking about him like he was one legend, but he's this bum? That's horror, man. Honestly, in my opinion, they should have just made Lil Ricky Oscar and Caesar's dad. That would have made it 10 times more dramatic. Their dad also had no importance in the show whatsoever. Like, he's just there, bro. I swear down. But, I mean, I still kind of enjoyed season 4. It was still somewhat funny like the last 3 seasons. And there were some good moments, like Ruby seeking out closure from Latrell. Their conversation was real, even with Latrell regretting what he did. And this scene was phenomenal. Yet, at the same time, they rushed through everything they were building up towards since near the beginning. They wanted to end the show as soon as possible. They didn't care anymore. I dead checked out
I
season
hate shows
4
that do
when I
that,
saw
honestly.
Spooky die
When
and
they
became
rushed
a
the
gnome.
ending.
At that point, I knew this shit was some ass. The final scene isn't that terrible, with all 4 of them eventually coming together at the same spot they were watching over at the start of the first season at Abuelita's funeral party. It was sentimental, and them getting another mat from Abuelita was good. I thought it was a good finale. But season 4 in general was just made for the sake of making another season with no effort. They didn't care how good it was as long as they could finish it. It was that simple for them, man. And I genuinely love the
It's
show.
cash
I love
grab
the
right
core
here.
4.
That's
Jamal
cash
was my
grab right
favorite
there,
out of these
man. I
men.
ain't
And
gonna
when
lie.
Spooky and Jamal were a duo
They-
that one time in
they had
season
a
3
cash
when they were
grab
looking
right
for Lil
there.
Ricky, it was hilarious. Chivo is one of the funniest side characters. Season 3 is personally my favorite because it was the funniest but had the best story. It was phenomenal. But then to see it all derail to this shit is enough to make a grown man cry, bro. I hate season 4 shit. But these were all the shows I wanted to go over today. Now trust me, when I tell you this, there's like a million more on Netflix I couldn't mention. They bought every show, but I'ma save them for another time. If you, man, got any other endings that pissed you off, comment down below, man. I love and
All right, man. I'm gonna end it right here, man. But yeah, there's one more thing that I have to say is about this stuff. It's like, man, they be so cash grab, bro. It's almost like they will like be so creative and like so innovative at the very start that they want you to be hooked for the first season. And they can make as many seasons as they want more because they know that you're gonna watch it. They know that you're gonna watch it because the first season was just so good that the other season, it doesn't matter how good it would be, you're gonna watch it eventually. So it's like it's so crazy because a show can be so good throughout multiple seasons. And then that final season would be so bad that it would just drop the rating from like a 9 to like a 4 or a 5, probably even a 6 sometimes, man. It just depends on how bad the ending was. Yeah, bro. It's so crazy how one season can drop the rating of a whole show, realistically, bro. It can ruin the show. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.